Okay, so I'm going to just take a couple of minutes just to show you guys what your up-to-date notebook should look like. There are a few people who are still having trouble with the notebooks, and this is a significant part of your grade. So the first thing that you should be doing is keeping track of your table of contents, updating your table of contents as you move along, and that's the topic that I put at the top of the Cornell notes. The next thing that I want to reiterate with you guys is that once you take the notes in class, I would like you to go to the notes that I upload to ClassJump and make corrections or add anything that was in my notes that weren't in your notes. The active process of making notes is only going to serve you well because it will help you to understand the information. Don't forget, it's active learning, so the active pursuit of knowledge. So if you look here, the lesson, How Do Atoms Bond, the notes were taken, but then you go in and you fill in some information. Now you can get this additional information from my Cornell notes that I upload, but also please go to YouTube and look at the videos that I suggest, because there are some great videos on YouTube that will help you to understand this very complex information. And don't forget, the left-hand side of your page is where you're going to reflect. This is where you're going to do some drawings, some work that it's a thinking page. Let me just show you a couple of examples. I'm putting these in for both biology and environmental science. So if you look at these notes, the person has highlighted important words. Then they've gone in and drawn a picture to demonstrate. You see here that they went in, so the note-taking process is continual. They've gone in and added things in different colored pens. The nice thing is to highlight things that are important, because those are things that you need to be aware of, okay? Pictures are fantastic ways of showing concepts, and I encourage you guys to make sure that your summaries are complete and that they are in complete sentences, which means you're answering this question by using part of the question in the answer. Okay, so for example, this says, how can the tragedy of the commons be applied to present day? The tragedy of present day is that we are. Okay, so they took part of the question and put it in the answer. Okay, and then they answer it. Okay, the tragedy is that we're using Earth's resources without thinking about the long-term effects on ourselves and the Earth. And then they give examples. Things like gas and other non-reusable resources. These can be solved with things like recycling and compost, as well as electric cars and other things that contribute positively to the environment. So this is an excellent example of a summary where they've answered the EQ from up here, provided evidence or examples from to answer the question fully. For my biology students, another thing that I want to show you is an example of, okay, what is the structure of an atom is the question, and the summary, it says an atom is the smallest unit of matter that has a nucleus and orbits or paths around it. The nucleus contains the proton and the neutron, no charge. The electrons are found in the orbit. Now this person could probably add a little bit more detail, but the structure of an atom is basic. The three subatomic particles that we talked about, the protons, neutrons, and electrons. Okay. Another thing that I want to show you is that you can use your processing page for putting mental models or things that will help you to remember things. If you notice here, the person has put covalent and said that co means with another, and valent refers to the valence shell. These are the kinds of things that you have to be doing in order to be an active learner and advance in your skills as a student. Okay? So hopefully that helps you to understand the Cornell notes and the idea of the processing page, to put notes on the odd pages. Okay? Even pages are for Cornell notes. Odd pages are for reflections.